Welcome back to another reaction for the most heretical last boss queen from Villainess to Savior, Season 2, Episode 10.
なぜだなぜこうなったわからない俺の動きが敵に気づかれていたのかなぜ俺はいつも兄貴や兄さんの足を引っ張ることしかできない兄貴は民はなんだ誰だ名を名乗れ
プライドロイヤルアイビーよ。こんばんは。
Okay. Maybe she's going to try to mend their relationship. Be more understanding. Again, she knows what is happening. She knows the character. Maybe she didn't like the character in the main game either. Fair enough. But I feel like you should at least be a little bit more empathic. One of the two. Because for him, his whole country is in dire strait. So it is understandable that he wants to do anything he can to try to help his country.
プライド
閉めたままで結構よ。このままにしてちょうだい。変な噂が立ってもお互い困るもの。
何か用かそれともやはり謝罪が足りないか
用事というほどではないわ。謝罪もあなたが何度詫びても足りるような話ではないもの。
I mean, I totally forgot about the stuff in the park, sure. I mean, he did get close. I don't remember if he tried to kiss her. But I feel like he did accept the denial. He ate the food with the park, sure. Nothing I feel like would be redeemable forever. Nothing I would say. I mean, some of these things probably could be apologized for. Some of them need a little bit more. But again, nothing I would say is forever irredeemable, especially because she knows his character. She knows he's very... He thinks he is the shit and he's acting like it. So again, she knows this is his character.
心配ないわ。母上も同盟には前向きよ。きっとすべてうまくいくわ。あなたのお兄様もきっと大丈夫。それにあなたのせいなんかじゃないわ。
なぜそう言える
わかるわよ。だって私は予知能力者だもの。チャイネン思想王国が襲われるのを見たわ。だけど敗戦とは限らない。そのためにみんな動いているんじゃない。未来はもう変わり始めているわ。
確証はない
大丈夫よ。あなたのやったこと最悪だし遠回りだったけれど、我が国に来たことだけは間違っていないわ。お兄様のためなのでしょ。
兄貴
She's totally right. He had the right idea. He went about it the wrong way. His pride was in his way. He was unwilling to just come out and talk about what the problem is. If he was more open from the very beginning, a lot of this stuff wouldn't have happened. the same with his arrogance that he assumed that he would be able to more or less get Pride to fall in love with him, and this is how he gets his stuff, instead of just being, again, having a real negotiation. We need your help. We're going to offer something in return. I don't know what, but you can work on that later. There are many benefits outside why they may not want the empire or whatever it was to take over this kingdom, this country, alliance, one of the two. Because again, this is what I did not really understand with Pride, backstabbing them and attacking them and then letting the enemy take over the country, because you're just strengthening your enemy for no apparent reason, no apparent gain, so.
Cedric? 大丈夫よ。ちゃんと間に合う。約束するわ。私がいる。フリージア王国がついてる。だから大丈夫。あと6日しかないじゃないわ。あとたった6日でまたいつもの日常が帰ってくる。
なぜお前はそんなに俺に構う。やめてくれ。期待をさせないでくれ。
別にあなたのためなんかじゃないわ。これはただの罪滅ぼし。そのうちわかるわ。あなたも大嫌いな私じゃ来られても迷惑でしょうけど、それに一人で泣くのに夜は長すぎるもの。
Why is he supposed to hate you? Why do we throw around the word hate so much? I feel like hate is a very strong emotion that normally not a lot of people have. And I mean, I can understand her being like, oh, I hate you for some reason, but I can't really see it from his side.
泣いてもいいわ。言ったでしょ。今の私はあなたの味方なのだから。
こんな姿さらせるわけがない。
扉越しだから見えてないでしょ。それに嫌いな相手に取り繕う必要なんてないじゃない。弱音を吐いても問題ないわ。あなたはそれだけ必死だったのだから。
なぜ我が国なんだ。兄貴が、兄さんが何をしたと言うんだ。
大丈夫。全部守り抜きましょう。
どういう意味でしょうか、女王陛下。
何度も言わせないでちょうだい。サーシス王国を今度我が国の属州にすることにしたわ。侵攻すると言った方が分かりやすいかしら。
なぜあれから1年、あなたの要求通り変わらず我が国の黄金を提供し続けているというのに。
そんなの属州になってもできるじゃない。別に抵抗してもいいのよ。金脈しか取り柄のない弱小国が勝てればの話だけど。
我が国の安全は保証するとそう言っていたから。
そうね。条件を聞くなら見逃してあげてもいいわ。
条件？
我が出来損ないの妹第二王女のティアラは今年で16歳になるわ。それであなたがもし婚約者としてあの子の心を奪い、最後にその手で殺してみせてくれるな
ら。なぜそんなことを。
だって愛した男に裏切られて絶望と憎しみに染まるあの子の死に顔が見たいじゃない。 その場合、あなたの国が地図から消えるだけだもの。
わかりました。その代わりどうか我がサーシス王国の安全は保証していただきたい。
なんならついでにあなたの国の隣国も解放してあげましょうか。あなたは自国を守りきり隣国も取り返せる。どう？やる気出た？
So the Empire took over the second part of their alliance kingdom. I forgot. I only know there were like two kingdoms. They had like a big alliance and they were more or less inseparable. So the Empire took over one part because she betrayed the call to arms. Somehow, even though she, as far as we know, betrayed them and backstabbed them, he was still listening to her demands to keep his country safe. Now she's threatening to take over the country and is saying, hey, maybe I'm not going to do it if you do something for me. And he's like, okay. Doesn't really matter what the demand is. Why would you do that at all? I mean, you are even demanding, this time I need you to, pinky spare. She's just going to take over the country at some point or demand other stuff. She's not going to stop. You gave her something twice. You are just, again, she's not going to stop. So playing by her tune makes no sense. What I would do in this situation, because, I mean, you don't really have much choice. I would probably go to the Empire and be like, I want to be part of the Empire. We have gold we can give you. And at least get some preferable treatment in some way by becoming part of their country instead of being overrun by these guys. I mean, other than that, sure, follow the command. Then she's going to demand something different, or she's going to take over your country. This is not going to stop.
ではティアラ第二王女との婚約を。
あら、ただで婚約できるとでも思って？仮にもこの私の妹との婚約よ。
しかしそれでは。
そうね、まあ考えてあげなくもないわ。それなりの誠意を見せてくれれば。例えば私の靴でも舐めてもらおうかしら。今この場でね。どうしたの？しないの？
プライド様、ひどくうなされているようでしたが、大丈夫ですか？
ええ、大丈夫。昨日少し寝つけなくて、夢見が悪かったのかもしれないわ。
The original Pride is just comically evil. At this point, she's just doing evil for evil's sake. This is after all the other evil stuff she already did with all the other characters. You know, I believe the brother character, I forgot his name. Not, I had it on the tip of my tongue. But the bro that is training, essentially, I believe he was under like a slave contract or something like that. Vale, she did some office stuff. Leon, we know. She pride is just evil for evil's sake. Now, I don't know if she does every evil part, or you only see the evil part of the character you want to follow, because you are, if I remember correctly, you are playing the princess, the second one, and you choose one of the different male characters as your partner and your route, and maybe then you see the evil stuff that that pride did to that character. Or maybe she does all of these bad things to all of these characters. Always. Which again, she's just only evil. I don't even understand how she can be in a leading position because she's not doing any work, just being evil.
よくは覚えてないけど。
3日間お待たせしました。結論から言わせていただきます。我がフリージア王国はあなた方との同盟を望ませていただきます。あなたの言葉を信じます。
誠でしょうか。
ベストたちが確証を得てくれましたから。そしてプライド、
はい、
あなたにも伝えておくことがあります。
アネモネ王国が防衛戦のために必要物資の提供を申し出てくれました。
レオン
2日ほど前、レオン王子から打診がありまして、明日の朝には多くの物資が届けられることでしょう。
花象連合王国の潔白は証明されました。我が国は全力であなた方を支援いたします。ではここから先はフリージアと花象双方に関わる重大な話となります。
I understand why we want to bring Leon in again, because he's the only character that has to stay in his own kingdom. I mean, doesn't have to stay, but he wants to stay in his own kingdom. I mean, it's a nice gesture, but I feel like this kingdom doesn't really need the supplies. Again, nice gesture. So, fair enough.
昨日から今朝にかけて敵国の患者と思われる者を7人捕らえました。
7人も。
依頼人について口を割る者はいませんでしたが、コペランディ王国の人間であることは判明しました。おそらくフリージアへの妨害工作のために放たれた患者でしょう。
つまりコペランディ王国と我が国は正式に争う理由もできてしまったということです。プライド。
I mean, I feel like that would be at least a reason, because before it was like, oh yes, we found them innocent. It's like, sure, that is not a reason to interfere in someone else's political affairs. There are, I mean, probably many reasons we could choose to need to interfere. But none of these would really be acceptable outside. I mean, these would be mostly about their own kingdom. Like, we can't let the empire grow and be closer to our borders. It's a matter of our security, stuff like that. Again, not really that acceptable outside. Now, the spies, on the other hand, that you could use as some kind of military action against your country. And at least you have an official reason now to interfere. So, good on them. Maybe the spies are a lie. I don't believe so, but...
女王代理としてあなたには全権利を貸与しています。まずどうしますか？
騎士団より先行部隊を編成。明日に届くアネモネ王国からの物資を積み込み次第、先行部隊の力を借りて出陣し、 通常10日かかるところを3日でサーシス王国に到着します。
よろしい。では頼みますよ。
私も花蔵連合王国へ同行してもよろしいでしょうか。
ティアラ、
それはあなたも戦場に立つということですか？
はい、お姉様、そして兄様も戦場へ赴くのならば、私も避けてばかりはいられません。ちゃんとこの目と体で向き合いたいのです。
花蔵連合王国に関してはプライドに託しました。その判断に任せましょう。
お姉様、顔を向けるのが怖い。絶対に勝てる気がしない。そんな瞳で私をまっすぐ見ないで。約束します。絶対にお姉様たちの邪魔はしません。必ずお姉様に従います。ただ運命を共にすることだけを許してください。いや、でもそんな。
わかりました。ただし条件があります。ティアラは防衛戦中サーシス王国で待機してもらいます。
わかりました。
では皆の分。
That was all. We had one stipulation, nothing more. No extra guards, no extra stuff. Just, hey, defensive maneuvers, you stand by the kingdom, and offensive maneuvers, you can stay at my side, I guess. A little bit low on rules, I feel like.
を祈っております。さて、
We still need to sign the contract.
ここ？サーシス？これは一体？
世界最速の移動手段です。僕の特殊能力は瞬間移動。その場所の座標さえ分かれば一瞬で自身や触れたものを移動することができます。このことは花蔵連合王国でも秘匿でお願いします。
Yeah, please keep that down low. And all the people that are here. I mean, these are his own knights, but still. I feel like all of these should need some claws. Maybe they are like a special unit. It wouldn't make sense. They're like, again, special teleportation unit that is under specific contract. Also, I feel like his ability is a little bit too strong. You could literally teleport to the enemy king and just take him hostage. And then, oh yeah, the prince is taking over, teleport back and take the prince. Until someone, no one is in charge anymore and the kingdom has to, our enemy has to sue for peace, right? So, pretty OP ability so far. And you don't need more than like the 20 or so, no, even 30 people that he teleported with him. That is more than enough for a guerrilla fight.
なんだあれは？まさかコペランディ王国か？逃げろ！子供たちを家に来て！
Yeah, they're Kobelendi. Look at the colors. They are definitely their color.
この者たちは花蔵連合王国の味方だ。それは俺様が保証してやる。セドリック様、いつの間に城下に。セドリック様、ファーガス、ダリオ。すまなかった。よくこんな時にも国を支えてくれた。 それで兄貴の様子はそうか。
では事前の確認通り調印には
国王代理として第二王子であるこのセドリック・シルバー・ローエルが望ませていただく。
I feel like we could have done this back at home.
だからずるいと思うんですよ、母上。
私だってか弱いティアラを連れて行かせたくないけど、か弱いプライドを許したのにティアラだけ断るわけにはいかないじゃない。
だからって私にあの場で丸投げするのはずるいです。私がティアラに弱いの知ってるくせに。
あそこで私が了承してもあなたから苦情が来るし、却下したらティアラから苦情が来るもの。どちらかだけひいきするわけにはいかない。
Yeah, I didn't want to hear either of you complain to me, so you were the one to decide. I mean, now she's still complaining, so I guess your idea failed.
ないでしょ。
そんな子供みたいな言い草。今までの荘厳なイメージが音を立てて崩れていく。
それにあなただって結局は許可したじゃない。
ティアラは優秀な子です。経験としても必要なものと判断しただけです。
なら問題ないでしょ。
私はあまりあの子に危険な目にはあってほしくないんです。ティアラはまだ成人もしてないんですよ。
So she's like 15?
お姉様がそれを言うのはずるいです。確かに私はまだ成人してはいませんけど、今の私は11歳のお姉様よりも年上ですし、15歳のお姉様とも変わりません。
Yeah. But she's isekai OP. On the other hand, you are theoretically the original main character of the show, right? So you should also be OP.
私だってお姉様みたいになりたくて頑張っています。
はい。
お待たせいたしました、母上。
ではこれで同盟締結ですね。4日後には必ず我が騎士団が援軍として駆けつけます。どうぞ今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。
感謝いたします。
そういえば申し訳ありません、セドリック第二王子殿下。少しお話をよろしいでしょうか。
I'm assuming we are in his country right now. Which, why is the queen here? She is a little bit dangerous. We also have removed all the knights again, so this was all just to sign the contract, which she could have done back at home. Maybe this was to show everyone in this country, hey, we are coming, we are going to help. Still very dangerous for the queen to just be in a different country that is potentially in a war.
ねえ、何でしょうか。
今すぐ国王の部屋までご案内ください。プライド第一王子のため、どうしても病床にいる国王の真偽を確かめたいのです。
I mean, solid idea. Why now and not before we sign the contract? I feel like this would have happened beforehand, before you bring the queen here. Because let's say the king is still fine, not sick, then the king has to sign the contracts again.
2人とも 突然お願いしちゃってごめんなさい。
いえ、むしろ今回はすぐ話してくださって嬉しかったです。セドリック第二王子殿下に話は通しています。
セドリック。
プライド。
もう大丈夫だから。
そのものは
極秘の存在です。このことはどうぞ自国にも、我が国、母上や他の者にも内密でお願いいたします。
守る話すをチャイネンシスを守るヨアン守る。
To be honest, I don't remember him having any special ability, but okay. That is also hidden. And dead.
兄貴。兄貴、俺がわかるか。
帰ったか、セドリック。どうした？
It was so easy to dispel the problem, and he also instantly woke up. Also, now that he's back in action again, we need to re-sign the documents, because officially he is the king again.
国王陛下。
貴殿らは。
お初にお目にかかります。僕の名はステイル・ロイヤル・アイビー、フリージアの第一王子。そしてこちらにおわすのはプライド・ロイヤル・アイビー殿下、フリージア王国の第一王女です。
プライド殿下？セドリック、お前本当に。待て、今はいつだ？チャイネンシス王国は。
どうか落ち着いてください。ご説明いたします。
I mean, he seems to be doing pretty good. He's like fine. He's even sitting upright, which, okay. He also was instantly recognizing who these people are, what is happening, what Cedric did. He also was instantly trying to find out how long he was out and how close they are to the fight. Again, for someone who was more or less insane a second ago, quite the turnaround.
状況は分かりました。まずはこのバカ者！
何をする？
突如国を飛び出し、勝手に同盟締結など。
兄貴が使い物にならなかったのだから仕方がないだろう。
我が宮廷が大変とんでもないご迷惑を。おそらく無礼も多かったのではないかと。
お気になさらないでください。
だがなぜ私は乱心など。
知らん。俺様が聞きたいくらいだ。
確かにアーサーの能力で正気に戻すことはできても、ここまですっきり元通りになっているのは少し不思議だわ。
I mean, he still looks very sickly, but it's most likely some kind of curse or poison.
それに彼が乱心したタイミングがゲームと違うのにも違和感がある。
とにかくフリージア王国の力を借りられるのならば心強い。明日の早朝にでも私から直接チャイネンシスへ話を通す。 一方的な同盟破棄など許すものか。花園連合王国を終わらせはしない。
ええ、私もそう願っております。
プライド、ステイル大長寿殿下、礼を言う。何から何まで頭が上がらない。
一ついい。
Why are we not thanking the person in the hood? Even if you don't know their name, I would assume you would also thank them.
かしら。4日後、我が騎士団がサーシス王国を訪れるまでの間、あなたには課題を与えます。
何でも言ってくれ。
勉強なさい。
Not what I thought you would talk about. But fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I feel like he should already be willing to study because, you know, he's doing horrible. So we got the alliance going. We had another heart-to-heart talk between Pride and Cedric. Sure, Pride said multiple times she hates him, which again, I feel like he would be still redeemable, but if that is what she feels like, fair enough. He also said that he hates her. I can see why you would believe that, because she did block him multiple times to go back. Now, the problem is I would be able to understand why he was so desperate to get this alliance going, to go back. And as Pride did say, he did the right thing, coming here and trying to get the alliance. He did go about it the wrong way. The keeping hold of his pride, not really talking about it, trying to get the alliance without really negotiating by seducing Pride. Not really what you should do if you wanted a good alliance. We saw the teleportation ability of Stale. I mean, pretty OP. If you can just do that, you could end the war instantly. You can do ambushes really easily. There are a lot of things you can do with this ability. It's pretty broken, especially because he was able to teleport like 30 people. We solved the sickness of the king. Again, probably some curse or poison. I do not remember the guy having this ability and it being somewhat secret. But I do not remember much of the first season anyway, so that's on me. And yeah, next episode we will see how this is going to play out, the fights and stuff. I do feel like, though, that the alliance they made would need to be redone with the real king. It does not seem like he is weak and he's abdicating essentially to the brother. It seems like he is doing well enough to sit on the throne and lead his men into battle, which at that point, the alliance again, probably not working. I mean, he did say he was a representative, so maybe. I mean, the point is, who cares, really? No one is going to be able to judge them anyway. So